We're at Linear Fisheries, Oxley's Lake. Just going to do a little short piece on PVA bag fishing. I've got a PVA bag tied up here ready. I'm going to put this out on the spot and then I'll show you how I tie them up. Okay, tying up a PVA bag. A couple of little quick points before we start. I like to have a towel to hand if possible, especially when it's a bit damp like it is today, just to keep your hands dry. You don't want to get your bags wet before you start. And also you can just dry your rigs off beforehand, just to make sure everything's dry so we don't melt the PVA bag. I've got a bucket of palate, mixed palate here. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to start adding my ingredients just to a solid bag, standard sort of size. I've got a couple of little ingredients that I like to use. The first is salmon fry crump, very small and fine mixture. And what I like to do is layer the bottom of the bag with a couple of spoonfuls, just to give the rig something nice to sit in. There's no big pieces of bait what the hook can get caught up on, and it's a nice cushion at the bottom of the bag. Okay, I like to put the bait in one side and drop the inline lead into the bag just like that, and then I start layering with a mixture of pallets. These are small 2mm trout pallets, halibut pallets, and when I've added a little bit of mixture to the bag, I start to ease the lead up to the centre of the bag. This helps with casting and accuracy. I've got some small boilies in the mixture. These are the mini match boilies that Rich Worth do. They're 6mm, and these are the oily shellfish. Perfect for solid bags, really small, and just add another dimension to your bag mix. As an addition to this, you can also crump up some whole boilies. This is the NV, and it's a green coloured bait. And again, I like to just crump up a little bit into the bag, adding smell and a little bit of food source. When that pallet's broken down, you've always got something there hours after the pallet's dispersed and broken down. And as you can see, it's a little bit different. It has a nice green colour, and a little bit different to what most people use. So I'll just put a couple of those in. Like so. And then top up with palate. Making sure everything's compressed down nice and tight. The aim with solid bag fishing is to try and get your bags as hard and as tight as possible so that they fly true and straight. And it's a little bit tricky, but once you practice with it and you get the mixture right, you can make the bags really hard and firm, and they go out like bullets. Okay, what I'm going to do now is just press all the pallet down to the bottom of the bag and make sure it's really nice and tight. Keep twisting the top, squeezing the pallets down, making sure that all the air's out. And I'm going to get a baiting needle, just pierce the bag once, squeeze the air out. Okay, once you get to that stage, I'm going to tie the top up with PVA tape. Make sure it's all nice and tight. Just wrap that round a couple of times one way, a couple of times the other way. Hold the bag in between your knees. Just finish off with a couple of overhand knots in the PVA. you go. And then it's a case of trimming off the excess PVA. Again, this will help when you cast it out. You won't get any wobble or it won't catch the wind. Okay, that's really firm and hard. And then what I like to do to make it into a kind of bullet shape and nice and tight, just fold the ends in, lick the corners and hold them down for a couple of seconds. And do the other one. And that's pretty much ready to go. If you want to, and it's fine, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, you can add liquids in the form of fish oil. Rich Wirth do a whole range of fish oils, perfect for summer fishing. Again, adds attraction to your bag. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. In this case, I'm letting the palate and the boilie do the attraction for me. There's the finished bag, ready to go. Right, with the bag tied up, I'm just going to drop one in the edge so you can see it breaking down and how the rig sits in the shallow water. As you can see, the bag's in the edge. Starting to break down now, the bubbles are coming up as the water attacks the PVA. The rig's completely hidden, all safely enclosed in the PVA, and as the PVA melts, you'll see the pop up there just waggle to the surface and sit just half an inch or so above the palate, giving the ideal presentation and the perfect trap. All we need now is a big carp.